Babe, you make my heart skip a beat.
Chart gently stroked my hair. Our lips almost touched, but I was startled when I saw Cell, my sister, hiding behind a tree and constantly making strange movements, signaling me to stop. Jeez, she was probably trying to ruin everything again. I still closed my eyes and kissed Chart. Immediately, a pebble hit him in the head, causing him scream in pain. Damn it! Who threw a rock at me? From a distance, I saw Cell smiling mischievously. There's no doubt she was the culprit, but I couldn't tell him the truth. Chart left angrily. My date was ruined. Ugh, I really can't stand my sister. Hi, I'm Bella, and this is my weird older sister, Cell. I didn't understand why she always tried to disrupt the relationship between me and Chart, the school's hottest boy. After that date, I furiously argued with Cell at our home. Have you lost your mind? Why did you throw a pebble at Chart? Stay away from him. I just want the best for you. You're just jealous. No, Chart is a jerk. He has cheated on many girls. Come on, Cell, don't make up stories. Leave me out of that. One day, while Chart and I were on a date, his phone was blowing up with messages. I curiously peeked at his screen and saw, oh my god, he was texting with someone named Isabella? For your information, Isabella is actually the nickname that Cell uses to sign under every picture she draws. Could it be my sister and Chart? Seeing my doubtful gaze, he reassured me and kissed me on the forehead.
Don't worry, babe. It's my classmate asking me about a group assignment.
When I got home, I found Cell lying on the couch, texting someone and giggling non-stop. As soon as she saw me, she immediately put her phone away. Remembering what happened earlier, I got angry. Why are you so sneaky? Are you flirting with Chart? So, you're trying to ruin our relationship to rob him from me? If your boy can't make you feel secure, you should take a look at him again, sis. To confirm my suspicion, I took Chart to the cafe where Cell was working. When they met at the counter, Chart was totally oblivious to her. His indifference made me believe he was telling the truth. Maybe I was too skeptical, and it could be a different Isabella. One day, while waiting for Chart, a hand suddenly covered my mouth and pushed me into the car. It turned out to be my crazy sister again. Cell, what the hell are you up to now? Don't wait for Chart. He won't come to you anymore because he's with me. What do you mean? Cell smirked, then stepped on the pedal and sped to a house. She motioned me to be quiet, then led me to a room. Stay here. You'll know everything. I sat still with her behind the wall and watched. Before my eyes, Chart was blindfolded and sitting on a chair in the middle of the room. Suddenly, Cell spoke up with a sultry voice. Hi, Chart. This is our first time meeting each other. Are you curious about me?
Of course, Isabella.
Chart excitedly replied. You say you like me, right?
Yes, babe.
So, who is Bella?
Believe me, I don't know who she is.
What? I was so embarrassed and was about to run over to give him a slap, but Cell stopped me. She continued to speak flirtatiously. Alright, now keep your blindfold on and slowly step forward. I'm here. A sexy but extremely muscular girl suddenly appeared from nowhere and stood in front of Chart. Still being blindfolded, Chart hungrily hugged the girl like a wolf, but only to be startled.
Wait, why are you so huge? You don't feel as soft and sexy as your pictures.
Immediately, the other girl twisted Chart's arm behind him.
You jerk! Time for punishment! Who are you?
Cell dragged me into the room and switched on the light. At that point, everything finally became clear. Chart took off his blindfold in surprise, and the strange girl took off her wig. Oh, he was Will, Cell's best friend. Cell spoke again. Hi, I'm Cell, known as Isabella, and I'm also Bella's older sister. Chart stammered.
What about the pictures?
They're from the internet, you fool. Congratulations. You fell into my trap and showed my sister what an a-hole you are. Sis, he's all yours. I used all my strength to give him a punch. Jerk! Cell took out a phone hidden in the corner of the room. I recorded your shameful moment today. You better stay away from my sister and live a decent life. Chart panicked, then hurriedly left. Sel told me, I used to read many posts on Facebook accusing Chart of being a serial cheater, but I couldn't find them to prove it to you, so Will and I devised this plan to expose him. From that day on, Chart no longer showed up in front of me. Sel and I have stopped fighting and become much closer. Girls, don't be so quick to believe a boy's sweet words. Your older sister is much more trustworthy.
Hurry up! There is no place for losers in our family. Who arrives last will have to walk home on her own. Mom yelled and blew her whistle repeatedly, urging us to finish our lap. Even though I couldn't breathe and my legs were constantly shaking from fatigue, after hearing what she said, my sister Emily and I still kept running. In the end, Emily won. After crossing the finish line, we both fell to the ground, barely able to breathe. Sorry, July. Seems like you'll have to walk home today, Emily told me wearily as I sighed in frustration. Soon after, Mom left me alone at the stadium and drove away with my sister. Hi, I'm July. My mom was a professional track and field athlete. After retiring, she became our personal coach. It was horrible because she was strict as hell. There was no failure in her dictionary. Ever since I was little, Mom always made me and my sister compete with one another. The winner would take it all, and the loser would receive punishment. To get what we wanted, Emily and I always had to compete with each other, even if it was for toys, bedrooms, or clothes. Most of the time, we competed by running. Only competition makes you stronger, was what Mom always told us. Gradually, Emily and I considered each other as rivals on both the field and in daily life. As the state track and field competition was coming up, my sister and I were the leading contenders for the 5-kilometer gold medal. In order to raise our fighting spirit, Mom set one condition. Listen carefully. If Emily loses, you won't get to see your boyfriend again. If July loses, you'll have to drop out of your art class. Not stopping there, Mom said whoever lost wouldn't get to see Dad. That's terrible. Since their divorce, Dad only came home on his birthday, and that was the only time we could see him. Although my sister and I strongly objected to that, Mom didn't waver. In the end, we gave in and once again became rivals. From that day on, Emily and I practiced days and nights. Neither of us wanted to lose. On the day of the competition, when I entered the dressing room, I saw Emily doing something very suspicious. What are you doing? Nothing. I'm just rearranging my stuff. After a few minutes of warm-up, we got to the starting line. When the gunshot rang out, all the athletes rushed forward. However, while running, I started noticing something wrong with my shoes. Something inside was hurting my feet. I tried to run a few 100 meters more, but it was too much to bear. Having no other choice, I stopped in the middle of the field to the surprise of everyone. As I took off my shoes, small pebbles started coming out. I panicked as I recalled my sister's shady actions that morning. Unbelievable! She must have resorted to that dirty method to win. I furiously threw my shoes aside and ran after my opponents. Anger and competitive spirit greatly fueled my strength. After each lap, I gradually closed the distance and caught up with the athletes. In the last 500 meters, only Emily and I were leading. Remembering how my sister pulled a dirty trick on me, it made me want to win even more. In the last 50 meters, when I sped past Emily and was so close to the victory in front of me, all of a sudden, a thudding sound resounded from behind me. Emily had tripped. She was sprawled on the ground with a large wound on her shin. Despite her best efforts, Emily couldn't stand up anymore. I looked at the finish line, which was just a few feet away from me, then looked back at my injured sister. I took a deep breath, sighed, then decided to go back and help my sister up. Are you crazy? Just run to the finish line! Emily, you're a pain in my butt, but you're more important than that damn gold medal. And just like that, I abandoned the race and helped my sister up as Emily burst into tears. After the race, needless to say, Mom was enraged. You idiot! You lost on purpose! I firmly said, Mom, we're family, and we're tired of you forcing us to fight each other. Emily also agreed. If you don't stop your unreasonable punishments, we'll have to find ourselves a new coach. Facing our fierceness for the first time, Mom had to back down. Now, Emily's life and mine are easier. We love each other and won't allow Mom to make us fight ever again.
It was during one of my performances. As usual, I lip-synced as my parents requested. The dancing was so complicated that I accidentally dropped the mic. Time seemed to freeze. I anxiously picked up my mic as the audience became shocked when they discovered that I was lip-syncing. They started booing and cursing me horribly.
Fake, leave the stage.
With no other choice, I quickly retreated backstage. Hi, I'm Mary Jane. I live in Canada, but people know me better by my stage name, MJ. Thanks to my pretty face, from a young age, I became an internet phenomenon. My parents used that opportunity to make me a star. However, due to not being professionally trained and only relying on marketing strategy, my vocal shortcomings were gradually becoming more and more obvious. After the last lip sync incident, my social page was constantly being attacked. To change that, I decided to enroll in a music academy in the US to be properly trained. However, my parents disagreed with that. They said I should spend that time to earn more money instead, and promised to find a way to bury that incident. After a huge fight between us, my parents finally gave up and let me do what I wanted. However, to avoid trouble and the attention of the media, they suggested that I change my identity and appearance before going to the academy. So I wiped off my thick makeup, put on a wig, eyeglasses, and changed into a loose shirt. Now I'm not MJ anymore, but Mary Jane, an ordinary 16-year-old girl. On the first day of school, Angela, the school's most popular girl, helped us find our way. Contrary to her name, she was actually a demon. Angela looked us over, then smirked scornfully. Don't even think that once you get into this academy, you'll become a star. Losers like you will soon be eliminated from here, she said as she lifted my chin with her hand. I immediately shoved it away. Don't look down on us. You'll regret it. Unexpectedly, that moment marked the day we became rivals. She always found wicked ways to put me down. One day, after I had just finished showering and stepped out, I panicked to see Angela rummaging through my closet. What the hell are you doing? Take a guess. After saying that devil grabbed my clothes and ran away. I was going to chase after her, but suddenly realized that I was only wrapped in a towel. In my closet, Angela left me a stupid pine tree outfit with the message, "For those who want to shine." It's obnoxious. Although I didn't want to wear it at all, I still needed to return to my room. Having no choices, I put on that stupid outfit. As expected, when I was walking through the academy corridor, no matter how fast I ran, I still couldn't escape the laughter and ridicule of people around me. Another time, Angela poured cooking oil in front of my door. When I stepped out, I slipped and fell painfully to the ground. Ha ha! Now you know the price for pissing me off. After saying that, she turned and left. When I was lying on the floor in pain, a girl suddenly appeared and helped me up. Are you okay? That's Angela. She's mean to everyone. She's July. Since then, July and I have become friends and we shared everything with each other. We were so close that I even told her about my true identity. At first, July was shocked, but she quickly got over it and still wanted to be friends with me. We helped each other both in study and in life. That day, we were informed about the annual music competition in our academy. It's the most important competition of the year that all the students want to win. Not only is it an opportunity to express ourselves, but for many students, it's also an opportunity to catch the attention of famous music companies. That year's competition was duet singing. Immediately, everyone excitedly looked for a pair. However, I was not interested in it at all, because I didn't want my true identity to be revealed. But to my dismay, July was greatly interested in it. She hoped I would pair up with her because with my performance experience, July believed we were going to win. That day when we were practicing, Angela suddenly appeared. Ha, losers! Like you want to enter this contest too? Don't embarrass yourself anymore. Come on, Angela. Are you afraid that we'll defeat you? In your dream? Just wait. We'll win this contest. From that day on, we put all our mind into practice to surpass Angela. Until one time, after staying behind to practice, I returned to the dorm late at night. While walking in the hallway, a student wearing the school uniform while wearing a mask rushed forward and bumped into me. The impact caused both of us to fall to the ground. I realized that the mysterious person had injured their leg. Are you okay? Without waiting for me to finish, the mysterious person ran away in panic, dropping a pair of scissors. Just when I picked up the scissors, Angela appeared out of nowhere with her hair cut in a mess. You cut my hair? How dare you? Then she rushed to attack me. The loud noise caused everyone to wake up and come out to watch. While we were wrestling, my wig and eyeglasses dropped.
Isn't that MJ?
Someone shouted. Everyone else quickly recognized me and started filming. The fight only ended when the headmaster appeared and brought both of us back to his office. It was where I learned that Angela's hair was cut by someone while she was sleeping. When she found me with the scissors in my hands, she thought I was trying to get back at her. No matter how hard I tried to explain, because there were no security cameras there and due to my previous feud with Angela, I was deemed guilty. Not only was I suspended from the academy, my fight video was also spread all over social media. My parents from Canada quickly flew to the US to bring me home. It was a humiliating moment that I had to accept. When I was reaching for the suitcase on the top of my wardrobe, unfortunately it fell and hit my arm. That impact made my arm bleed. Everything sucks. Life just wanted to tear me down. Dejectedly, I went to the infirmary. After my arm was bandaged, the nurse gave me a notebook. It's done. Please sign this. Here? Yes, everyone who gets treated here has to do this. Her words suddenly gave me an idea. The stranger who bumped into me was a student because they were wearing a uniform. Also, because we both fell down and got injured, they would definitely have to go to the infirmary and have to sign that notebook. I quickly turned the pages and looked for the day of that incident and was shocked. You know what? Only July had come here that day with a leg injury. I brought that evidence to July to expose her. After a while, she finally confessed her misdeed. Your parents hired me to do this. What? My parents are behind this? Yeah, they want their golden child to be expelled and return to work soon, so they paid big money to hire me. Soon after, I brought the evidence I had to the principal to clear my name. He soon suspended July after what she did, and Angela, after knowing everything, was actually decent enough to apologize to me for her misunderstanding and the mean prank she did. I also talked to my parents to expose their true faces and firmly decided to continue to stay in the US and keep pursuing my dream. At my insistence, they had to back down. Finally, everything is on the right track again.
That day, when our band was practicing in Susan's garage, suddenly her mom showed up angrily.
Get out of here! You guys always make too much noise!
She let out a scream so loud that it made us panic. We quickly packed up and ran away. Hi, I'm Lila, 17 years old. My dream is to become a famous singer. In high school, Susan, David, and I formed a small band together. However, because we had no money, we faced a lot of difficulties. In order to have a place to practice, I asked the principal to set up a music club. But because there were not at least 5 members, he refused. In the end, we had to use an old warehouse that David found as our base. That day, when we were practicing, suddenly Susan's organ broke down. David and I tried to fix it, but it didn't work. Susan grumbled to me.
Lila, you're the leader. Do something. We can't practice in this dump.
Isn't it your mom who kicked us out?
Do not blame her. She let us use the garage for a long time. You're so ungrateful.
That was quickly followed with a heated argument between us. Although David tried to calm us down, neither Susan nor I would make up. Not long after that, she left the band and stopped talking to me. In order to maintain the band, a few days later, I decided to post a notice to recruit new members. We went for a week without any application. While we were desperately looking at our rotten posters, suddenly David remembered his old friend, Arta, and assured that she was very talented. I also know Ada. We studied a few classes together. My only impression of her was that she looked like a timid nerdy with thick glasses. I never thought she could play music. But anyway, we were short on people, so David and I convinced Arta to join the band. It took a lot of work for us to get her on board. That weekend, we met at the practice site. And while Arta and I had been there for a long time, David didn't arrive until much later. I angrily asked David,
"Why are you so late?" "Simmer down. You guys gotta see this,"
David said and showed us his phone. Inside was a TikTok girl cosplaying a Japanese